Like I doubt, and this shouldn't exist either. I'm not saying that this is appropriate, but I doubt that there is like demonetization if you have a tag Israel on your on your profile.
Curious to know if someone did have that, if they would.
Yeah, and they shouldn't. Like I have Israeli chatters in here. Like if they're content creators, if they're Israeli content creators, like why the fuck should they get demonetized? Like that's ridiculous.
Listen, I've said this many times, guys. There are great people in all these countries, as there are bad people. But I don't want to. I'm not gonna judge someone based on who the country I'm from is at war at because of that reason. I'm gonna judge you based on the person you are, not the.
No, I 100% agree. Yes,
I've always preached that, and I feel like this is just it's really up, and it's not about the money as much as it's the premise of what is happening, and why I was essentially demonetized. Right? You know, the money is unfortunate, is what it is, but
it's totally up. It's totally unacceptable. He said Insta. I don't see it. I don't see his DM on Instagram. Kaysan followers. Sorry, my streamer is old. Bitch, Kaysan is old. What the f do you mean? We're both boomers, dog. The HasanAbi community phases up, no question. Yeah, we do. We phase the f up around here. What? No, Donald Trump. There's no way he appointed. What? He did not actually. You have to accept the DM. He says on what? On Twitter? Because I don't have any DMs on Twitter. I thought he DM'd me on Instagram. I don't think. Oh, I got it. Hold on, I got it. Hold on, I got it. This is a joke, dude. There's no way. Y'all are crazy. Even though having a Fox News guy be the Department of Defense, leading the Department of Defense is pretty crazy. I know, yes, Doge. I know, Department of Government Efficiency. Okay, I know. Oh, it's such an epic meme, dude. Doge to the moon. Le epic meme, dude. Le epic meme. Straight up. Here, I'm gonna call Kaysan. All right. According to Bill Ackman, Yale is Hamas. Yeah, these guys are nuts.
Hold on.
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me turn my cam on. 1 second. I'm a little slow.
Kaysan, how old are you?
I'm about to be 30. 29.
Okay. All right. Thank God. All right. You're a boomer too. All right. Good.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 33.
Oh yeah, no, you're way older than me.
Bro, you're 30. It's over.
I'm just saying. I'm not 30 yet. I'm not 30 yet. Hold on.
It's over.
Boom.
It's over.
Boom.
Bro, what is this right. Nick Merckx camera angle, dude? Oh, there you are. Okay.
Okay. Boom. How you doing, bro? You good?
I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm doing as best as I can be doing, all things considered, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is. So I heard you got demonetized because you had the Iran tag on your channel.
I wanted to talk to you, bro, because obviously I know you've been streaming up for a long time, and you've obviously you're very opinionated when it comes to politics, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So as I don't know if you know much about me, but I'm Iranian, but I was born and raised in LA in the US. But my parents are from Iran, born and raised, and I visited there before. And literally I have had an Iran tag under my Twitch for a very long time. It's since I started streaming a few years ago. It says Iran and Persian because I'm Iranian. So to attract Iranian viewers, I would obviously,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's normal. But
yeah, no, I understand, yeah.
Yeah. So I realized that I'm running ads and I'm fully demonetized. So I reached out to my Twitch rep, and I'm not gonna say her name, but I reached out to my Twitch rep. I just said, "Hey, this has to be a glitch in the system or whatever." She obviously responded to me and told me I was not making ad money because advertisers were choosing not to give me ads because I have Iran as a tag and avoiding quote unquote political, whatever the case may be. Which, in my opinion, in the moment I read that, I was like, this cannot be real. This is insane because it felt racist in a sense.
No,
And
I mean it is. That
but
is what it is. They're like, oh, you're Iranian, so automatically, if you put that as a tag, that means your existence is like political.
right.
That's ridiculous.
And bro, I don't know if you know much about me, bro. Regardless of anyone's political stance, regardless of whatever their ethnicity is, whether you're even Republican, Democrat, Israeli, from Palestine, from Iran, whatever the case may be, bro, I have always preached world peace. Always, no matter what. That is the one thing if you know me and in my chat or whatever, I've always preached world peace. I stay far away from everything. Everything. Like I really do. I genuinely just stream, I vibe, I chill, whatever. I used to be a little more outspoken a few years ago and I've really calmed down. And all I simply had was Iran as a tag and I somehow get demonetized. So I wanted to ask you, as someone who is extremely opinionated and obviously you've made an incredible career in what you do, I am curious to know if you have ever been demonetized for anything you've ever spoken or till this day, do you
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the past and even like even now, like not only have I been demonetized, I had the reason why that happened to you is partially a response to this like never ending smear campaign that's been going on, I think, led by this dude who used to be on the platform, who's like permanently angry that he's never unbanned from the platform. So he just kind of made it like his life's mission to get the platform taken down now, basically. They've been like applying pressure, like they've been doing this like vicious smear campaign non-stop with the hopes of triggering. Do you remember the adpocalypse?
No, what was that?
Like during the PewDiePie era on YouTube, like all the advertisers pulled out because the media was like, what the f-? This guy's like saying, this guy is the PewDiePie, the largest YouTuber, is like, you know, saying a whole bunch of stuff online. And then there was like, I think like all these creepy videos that were targeted towards kids. And then people started writing articles about it, and you know, advertisers started getting worried and they pulled out. Right? They pulled out, and so many content creators like lost a ton of revenue. It was known as like the adpocalypse, basically.
Okay.
There was, and at the time, people were very mad. I think Logan Paul with the Suicide Forest contributed to it too, if I'm not mistaken. It was a long ass time ago. I don't fully remember all the details, but basically, at the time, like everyone was really mad at mainstream media for, you know, covering YouTube as a competitor in this like really negative fashion, right? And it caused a lot of content creators, random content creators like yourself, catching strays for no reason and like losing out on revenue.
Right.
And now these guys are basically doing the same.
Without warning, by the way, without no message, warning, nothing.
Yeah, I think Twitch is just responding to like pressure that's coming from outside groups, being like, oh, these guys are anti-Semitic. Twitch has an anti-Semitism problem, and you know, Twitch has a problem with like political content. It is extremist, and they haven't gotten a lot of motion overall. But I think platforms are very careful whenever stuff like that happens, and they get very worried whenever stuff like that happens, and they turn around and take action immediately. They're like, oh, we got to nip this in the bud. And in that process, they get a little bit ahead of themselves, and they end up doing insane stuff like what just happened to you with the Iran tag, where they're like, oh, if you have a tag, they overcompensate out of fear. If you have a tag for any of like America's sanctioned enemies, I guess, like right, Iran or Venezuela or Cuba, then you're not going to get monetized. And yeah, one thing that they took, was like they created a new content classification system. Like right now, when I'm talking to you, I have a content label: politics and sensitive social issues. Discussions or debates about politics or sensitive social issues such as elections, civic integrity, military conflict, and civil rights in a polarizing manner. Now, I put that content classification label on voluntarily, and that's a new thing. And they did that in response to like all of this pressure, right? They did that in response to all this pressure. And you know, I'm abiding by that standard, but I think that it automatically, and now there's a link that, or there's a warning that says like this is intended for certain audiences. And I think in the process they also took me off the front page as well. Like even on election night when I had
like
300
I'm sorry, 300.
I had 314,000 live concurrent viewers on election night. I wasn't on the front page. Asmongold was, Jinxie was, and every other content creator that was covering the election was, but I wasn't. So if you, unless you went directly to my website, twitch.tv/HasanAbi, or I guess if I was on your following list already, then I would show up. But there was no other way for a not logged account unless they typed in twitch.tv/HasanAbi to actually, I would not appear in front of them.
Because you're politically opinionated.
That was, I think, deliberate beyond being politically opinionated. I think they straight up shadow banned me because they were worried about all of this extra pressure that was surmounting on the platform.
Okay.
And the pressure is coming from Destiny and his community. Now, it didn't matter in that process. Like, who knows how many people would be watching if I also was in the algorithm as normal. But it didn't matter at the end of the day. I still had 314,000 live concurrent viewers. But the problem is, yeah, people are in my chat are saying not even for subs, I had to manually search for you. Like people were manually searching to find me, and they still did. But it was basically to try and withstand all of the outside pressure that's coming in, to make it seem like, you know, we're moving in the direction where we're cleaning up the website, you know, that sort of thing, because they are obviously afraid of like advertisers pulling out. Now, I think it's really stupid to respond to this kind of like cynical smear campaign, but I understand why corporations do it, because they want to protect their bottom line at the end of the day without rocking the boat too much. But I think you and others exactly like you get, they lose monetization.
Catch a stray in a sense.
Yeah, people like yourself lose monetization in the process because the platform is overcorrecting.
Yeah. I mean, I can read you her message. It was. I reached out, sent a screenshot. I said, this can't be right. My activities showed everything was running.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, what's going on? Had to message her a good amount of times. Say, hey, I know if she was streaming with specific tags that advertisers may find political, which could be impacting your ad revenue. We are noticing advertisers avoiding political tags right now. Are you streaming political content or using tags like Iran or Venezuela, for example?
That's crazy. So
Removing
the Venezuela thing is real too.
Yeah, removing these type of tags and or not producing political content will likely fix this issue for you and increase ad monetization. And I responded saying I was in disbelief. I was just like, I don't think that's correct. That makes no sense, because in my head, I'm like, that's racist. So whatever. We talk a few times. Yeah, we talk a few times. She comes back. She says, here's an update. We're 100% sure that this is related to the Iran tag, and I performed all the tests needed to figure it out. However, we highly recommend run a test stream before your event. If you can't do that, could you please send me a list of tags, blah, blah, blah. So essentially doubled down to let me know that that is the case. And obviously, as an Iranian, it's very disappointing because I simply had to tag I'm Iranian, and to attract more viewers of my ethnicity. So I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy, and it is very disappointing for the fact that I had to take it off to make money, which in a sense it's kind of feels like I'm selling out right now. I don't know what to do, and it's also like, here's the thing that sucks about with Twitch is in no questions asked is like the mainstream platform. So it's like you speak up, you don't want to get banned, you don't want to get shadow banned, right? So it's like you're in this lose-lose situation of like, well, you guys aren't letting me attract Iranian viewers or represent Iran. At the same time, now that I'm speaking about it, I'm putting myself in essentially a horrible position of Twitch can silence me whenever they want, which I don't know if they will, because Twitch is claiming it's the advertisers, of course. So I'm just in this very weird position. And again, as a man who never speaks about politics ever. So I don't know what you think. I mean, you obviously told me you were speaking on it, but it's kind of
No, I 100% agree with you. I think you should be able to put the Iranian tag on there proudly and not suffer any sort of penalties for it whatsoever. I think it's straightforwardly racist. Same with Venezuela as well, or even Cuba if that's one of the official. Because like these are all, on the America's enemies list. It's like so insane. America's a diverse nation with a ton of Iranian, Venezuelan, Cuban people. Like that's what's supposed to make America awesome, that you can be from a different country and say whatever the you want, even things that you wouldn't be able to say back home, right? Like I'm Turkish. I would not be able to say 90% of the things that I say right now in the United States of America in Turkey without facing severe repercussions. And it's not only completely unacceptable, but it's straightforwardly un-American,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they'll fix it, and I'm sorry that it's like impacted your revenue for the month. And like I said, I apologize. It's just it's a direct consequence, like I said, of outside groups that are like falsely attacking the platform nonstop. And I think that a lot of content creators that engage in this and play fast and loose with this in order to be punitive towards the platform because they're angry. Because like I was just talking about this with, and then they brought up your case because Asmongold is like, oh, I'm going to go and talk to one of the guys that's been leading this initiative. His name is Dan Saltman. He streams on Twitch too. He's like a streamer on Twitch. He's Destiny's podcast co-host. Like they've been attacking the platform viciously, trying to get like coverage and trying to get motion on the story that like Twitch is an anti-Semitic platform. They have like they're breeding. It's a hotbed for extremism, and they're breeding like extremist radical politics or whatever. And they're taking like clips out of context, and they're trying to blast it in the media, and it's not really working, and it hasn't really worked at all in their favor. But in the process, people are like losing revenue, right? And at least I can't tell what a person's motivations are beyond what I've seen them openly say. And I mean, they work with the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, to try to get like a bunch of content creators banned for doing a tier list, which they did successfully ban them. They've been banned for a month. And yeah, now a lot of content creators, big and small, are suffering from the impact of like one community's cynical attempts to not only try to get me deplatformed. They like went to a congressperson and he wrote a letter to Twitch. Like it's to that degree. It's pretty insane. So it is Islamophobia as well, which is like totally seen as permissible. I don't know if you're Muslim or not, but it doesn't really matter. You're okay. So yeah, you're Iranian. And even if you weren't Muslim, it still wouldn't matter. But like, everyone automatically is like, oh, you're Muslim. You must be anti-Semitic automatically. Like it is what it is. But that is like the reception for the most part. Like I doubt, and this shouldn't exist either. I'm not saying that this is appropriate, but I doubt that there is like demonetization if you have a tag Israel on your profile.
Curious to know if someone did have that, if they would.
Yeah, and they shouldn't. Like I have Israeli chatters in here. Like if they're content creators, if they're Israeli content creators, like why the fuck should they get demonetized? Like that's ridiculous.
Listen, I've said this many times, guys. There are great people in all these countries, as there are bad people. But I don't want to. I'm not gonna judge someone based on who the country I'm from is at war at because of that reason. I'm gonna judge you based on the person you are, not the.
No, I 100% agree. Yes,
I've always preached that, and I feel like this is just it's really up, and it's not about the money as much as it's the premise of what is happening, and why I was essentially demonetized. Right? The money is unfortunate, is what it is, but.
It's totally up. It's totally unacceptable.
It's the principle.
And I hope Twitch fixes it ASAP. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Like
But
you
listen,
shouldn't.
yeah. I appreciate you taking my call. I know we've never really spoke before.
Yeah,
But I appreciate you talking to me. I wanted to obviously ask you about it.
no
You know,
problem.
it's your world. So
When am I gonna beat your ass on the courts is the real question.
I mean, if we're doing 3 dribbles basketball, I'll play you. But you're like 6'5",
Uh-huh.
and I weigh like 140 pounds. You might have at
Okay.
least
3 dribble
100 pounds.
basketball. You know I got a clean jumper.
Okay, I've seen you play. Whenever you're in LA, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm just saying.
Okay.
3 dribble, I'll still cook you.
All right, we can set it up, man. We're locked in now. So let me know, man.
All
Whenever
right,
you want, I'm here.
100%. Now that I got you dialed in, I got your Discord. You can't run away
Fair
like
enough.
Mark Phillips. Okay, let me just say right now, RDC's very own, constantly ducking me. Okay, I even went and did his creator basketball league and everything, but it's all good.
You're beating Marcus ass. Marcus ass.
Yeah.
Marcus ass.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I've
Yeah.
heard that you're good. So
We'll see. We'll see what happens on the court. But I'm down whenever. Just let
and
me know when you
Rage
want to see
too.
me.
Rage ducks me too.
Rage has no knees, so Rage is not playing anyone.
I know.
He's got to
There's
fix.
plenty. There's plenty who are ducking me, but I'm glad that you're brave enough.
Yeah, but you're cool. I'm sorry. I feel like I misjudged you in the past, but that I'm gonna openly apologize for. So
No, I mean it's all good. Listen, I don't fault people for misjudging me. There's a lot of I speak for 8 hours a day on a lot of hot button issues, and I have a lot of people who sit in my chat and specifically wait for me to say something that they can clip out of context and be like, "Look at this guy. He's a real piece of."
that's what it was. I think you were getting clipped out of context a lot, and I would see that out of context. I'd be like, "What the?"
No, that's what I mean. No, 100%. That it is what it is. I don't even fault people at this point for it because it's like I would hate who people present me as. If I didn't know, most people have 9 to 5s. They don't give a shit. They're just clicking on Twitch or clicking on Twitter and they see like a 17-second clip and they're like, well, I made up my mind about this guy. And I don't fault people for that at all. I get it. So it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think there was one clip I seen a long time ago about one of my friends who I think maybe you jumped the gun on. His name's Zuma. I don't know if you heard of him. He's a great human being.
I don't know who that is.
I think it was a long time ago over some no pixel. I don't know what it was, but he's a great guy. You probably don't even exactly. You don't even.
No,
remember.
I haven't. Yeah, I have no idea. Damn, brother, I haven't played no pixel roleplay in almost a decade at this point.
Years ago. But listen, man, I appreciate
RP drama runs deep.
I think this was years and years ago. But listen, it was great talking to you, bro. I appreciate you taking the call. And whenever you want to do this bullshit, I'm around. I'm in LA.
I'll hit you up. All right,
bro.
Peace,
All right,
brother.
So take it easy, bro.
All right. Murat, your food is here. The good thing for you to know is that there's Ukrainian, Russian, and many cultures of music streamers who I talk to all the time about hot button issues who express their situation with art by sharing their music over streams. Yeah. Notice how much more normal it is when you have a normal conversation with people instead of jumping down their throat. Chatters. I think this perfectly illustrates why you being normal in the streaming space is important, like we talked about earlier today. Chatters who will cry about FaZe collabs, but it's necessary to build these relationships to have this conversation. Exactly. Most people are not like the way you think they are because you saw a clip of them and it rubbed you the wrong way. And I think a lot of people basically do that. A lot of people do that to me, but also oh my God, Kaya, your farts are literally unpredictable and also unacceptable. Look at this fat ass just laying there, just farting away, dude. Not even moving, not a care in the world, just farting up a storm. You know what's really funny? That's one thing I've always talked about, and it kind of goes unnoticed, but like FaZe has always been so insanely diverse. Did you ask the vet about it? No, I did not. Like they always have been. I mean, guys, I've talked about this early on, but like one of the OG FaZe guys, okay? One of the OG FaZe guys is a man by the name of FaZe Apex, okay? He's OG, straight up, one of the old guard of FaZe. And FaZe Apex was the person connecting me to Norm Finkelstein, okay? Which sounds like a meme, but it's not a meme. It's true. Yeah. FaZe Apex, he's Palestinian, and he was the guy was linking me with FaZe Finkelstein. Wait, as an OG FaZe watcher, I need you to explain how. Wait, what do you mean? FaZe Apex brother was adopted from Gaza. Here's the Dan guy admitting that he's doing it for fun. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. We already covered this.
You know, it's sad because I've dedicated the last like 2 weeks of my life basically to Steve.
It's so fun. It's so fun that so many people are like losing revenue. You know what I mean? Tens of thousands of creators and their lifeline. You know, it's so fun.
Steve's cause.
What? Which one? You're talking about the Twitch thing?
Yeah, destroying Twitch.
I thought that was more your thing than.
Why the f do I care about Twitch? I'm not banned there.
I thought you cared because they were like anti-Semitic and being weird.
Nah, it's just fun.
Oh, okay. I care. I thought you cared, bro.
I mean, like, I care that I want to win. I care that it would be awesome and funny if I won.
It would be awesome and funny.
It would be hysterical.
Yeah, his friend is literally helping him maintain a facade of plausible deniability. He's like, I care. Well, come on, you care, right? And he's like, nah, I don't give a f. It'd be great to win, to troll a CEO out of a job.
If a company, imagine if we trolled a CEO out of his job.
And then that's why it's like, it's a dangerous game that Asmongold is playing, being like, oh yeah, I'm going to have these guys on my stream to finally take down Twitch once and for all. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know, they're saying this clip is a joke. I know, dude. I know. It's not the only clip. There's other clips where he's openly stated when they originally were like talking about the mass letter writing campaign that they were conducting. These guys have been unimaginably anti-Semitic a million times over. This guy has been a 4chan troll. I mean, Destiny himself is like the edgiest person on the planet. He gets in his own way on a regular basis. He can't stop himself from saying something insane every 3 minutes, you know? It's just crazy. Brianna Chicken Fries interview sponsored by Raising Cane's is crazy. This has 3.4 million views since November 7th. I'm sorry, I don't care what you think of Brie Chicken or Barstool. Never listened to or ones of either before the tour. But I worked for Zach Bryan on his tour this year, and he was the worst. Huge immature baby man. 0 out of 10. Terrible guy to work for. Yeah. So the short and sweet of it is, oh, I was going to talk about the one last drama. Hold on. Not even drama. But I still keep dodging this Brianna Chicken Fry. This is like when Train was using sexual assault allegations as nukes. They don't care about the actual problems. There's drama. I know, it's gross. Problem is, if you care about stuff, you will always get punished. Okay? Caring about things means you lose. All right? Caring about things means you lose. You can never be genuine. You must be disingenuous. There is no, you know, the f is this? Dan even got libs of TikTok and against Twitch. Yes, who cares? It's because Dan never forgave you for not going on that Hawaii trip with him and Mr. Mooten back in 2019. Yeah. What's the Asmongold deal? He was banned for 14 days for genocide, genocidal shit, and Frogan and others were banned for a month for making a hummus joke. What the f does he want? I mean, I don't know. I'm always going to be open-minded to someone and their path towards changing. And it doesn't seem like his apology was genuine. I don't know. I don't watch him. I'm live at the same time that he's live, so I never get to see. But I think he's pissed that Mike got a 3-day ban, and he's like, oh, he should be banned for longer. And for a lot of these guys, they just don't give a shit. His dad is cool, though. Yeah, I love Asmongold's dad. Dadmongold, OG HasanAbi head. His friends I'm friends with, you know. People in his immediate orbit are friends of mine. But like, you know, Wake Wilder, also AKA Woke Wilder. We're in an election year. Political commentary's hot. A lot of people like to meta-chase a little bit, you know. Maybe he had personal perspectives that align with certain things. I did see something, though. I mean, Asmongold is now officially the largest political content creator maybe on the planet, literally. Here, let's look. He could be. Asmongold TV is his main channel, right? 4 hours ago, 600,000 views. Trump guy does not f around, you know? Legacy media realizes is dead. 70,000 views through. Migrants flood New York City to avoid Trump deportations. Asmongold reacts. 2.1 million views. Trump's plans for the next 4 years are getting crazy. 1.5 million views one day. This is literally in a sea of like, you know, how DEI is ruining games. We're trying to find out. Bernie Sanders of the Democrats. We saw this on stream. We clicked on this on stream. Trump will end this war on free speech. 1.6 million views. Trump has more plans for these next 2 years. 2 million views 3 days ago. Left-wing YouTuber. Why are people unsubbing? Come back. I wonder why. 1.2 million views 3 days ago. Trump is Hitler. She's losing it. 1.3 million views 3 days ago. Trump has a wild plan for the next 4 years. 2.3 million views 4 days ago. It is now officially overtaken his content on Dragon Age, The Veil Guard, or even the likes of the West is forcing Japan to censor all anime, or how DEI is ruining games even. Right-wing political content makes you relevant. I don't think Asmon gives a shit about money. I will openly state that. I think he cares about, you know, being top of mind. He cares about being relevant. He cares about winning. It's like I definitely don't think he cares about money. You will never convince me that he gives a shit about money. The man only lives to stream. And I get that as someone who also lives to stream. You get this, people leave when gaming treatment is you. No, that's not true. He's just playing to his audience. His white boy basement dweller audience wants something to justify their sad existence. So blaming immigrants and women and people of color is exactly what I want to hear. I mean, yeah. But this is what I mean when I say that there's an organic audience out there, right? And I think a lot of people lean into this kind of stuff when the algorithm gives you that sweet, sweet taste, even if you don't personally believe it. And then maybe you do start believing it. You see what I mean? Asmongold now is officially a much larger content creator in the political arena than myself and Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder and Tim Pool combined. Think about that. Now tell me once again that it is not a cushier gig to ultimately be on the right, center right, or on the right. All right. I mean, these numbers don't lie. Ball don't lie. These numbers don't lie, chat. In the last week, he's gotten like what, 10 million views? In the last like 5 days, he's gotten like 10 million views. Most of it is not over video games are woke and ruined, or anime has been ruined by woke. It's directly political commentary. The Trump's guy does not f around. Thomas Homan, things of that nature. Like, what? So why are quote unquote liberals working with him to take down Twitch? Because a lot of people are mercenaries and don't give a f. Okay, that's it. What is this? Yeah, I mean, dude, ball don't lie, dude. Kaya, ball don't lie. Kaya, please. This is organic. The inorganic aspect of this stems from maybe the algorithm boost that you get when you start doing right-wing, okay? When you start doing overtly right-wing content. But it's usually organic. Like, you have organically right-wing positions. You don't really examine them, right? But you get a big boost. You get a big bump when you go right-wing like this. There's a reason why there's no singular case, at least that I know of, where has been canceled and was like, I'm a leftist now. You know what I mean? Quote unquote canceled. There's no instance where someone's been like, you know, numbers are looking a little dry right now. I'm going to start talking about socialism. iDubbbz, are you kidding me? iDubbbz has been absolutely demolished by his own fan base for organically moving to the middle, moving to the left. His own fan base despises him now. He got so much hate, aka Jimmy Dore. No, Jimmy Dore is a great example of someone who went right wing. That's the funniest part about this process is that, and I think it was Liv Agar who pointed this out with the Chapo stuff, right? And I'm another person who has regularly been hit with this, right? Where is it? So many people constantly would say like, you know, I guess she deleted it. I don't know, but there was a tweet about this exact same thing, like this particular phenomenon. But so many people always are like, Hasan is going to go right wing. People on the left, liberals, are always like claiming that big prominent content creators like Chapo or myself, we're going to go right wing. We're going to go right wing. We're actually secretly right wing. There's a fascism pipeline or whatever. And we're still here. Meanwhile, the Democratic Party has firmly planted their toes in the right. Yeah. I'd say you've even grown in the recent years and will continue to grow. I will. But that's not because the type of stuff I talk about, that's not because the type of stuff I talk about is like, you know, great for the algorithm. That's my point. When you're a leftist and you grow in spite of all of the avenues. Everything is designed to f you over. And on top of that, you have a ton of people, even who are also on the left, who go, nah, he's fake. He's not sufficiently leftist. He's not sufficiently progressive. We're annoying. There's no one that the left hates more than another leftist. All the while, the Republicans and everyone that's like apolitical but firmly planted on the right is running away with it. Wait, did Liv predict Chapo Boys pivoting right? No. Liv was making a joke about how there were so many people that claimed that myself and Chapo were actually secretly invested in a right-wing pipeline and that we were reactionary and that we would inevitably cave to the right-wing grift and openly admit that we're right-wing. You know, so many people said that we were going to pivot right, but that they were going to pivot right, that they were already secretly right-wing. The post-left watch crowd, exactly. But what happened? Do you think this type of content is too boring to normies? Whenever I show clips of yours to my coworkers, they yawn or get bored when I'm lamowing. People say our content is niche homework, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's why I gotta do more diverse content. I used to watch Jimmy Dore back in 2015, 2016. Can you explain to me how he went right-wing? That's surprising to me. I don't know. Who did he support in this last election? I'll tell you. His name is Donald Trump. That's why we gotta do the funk edits, okay? We got to do like the fast-paced funk edits. We need it. We need some of my best hits. Some of my best takes with like some funk music pronto. Yeah. Worst outcome of this election is now I kind of respect Hasan. I looked at this yesterday. There were so many people. I've seen many right-wing 18 to 22-year-olds saying the left doesn't speak to me or address me, but just make me a villain because of my grandparents or whatever. I obviously don't agree, but what do you say to that? Yeah, dude, if you're 18 years old, you're a villain. That's what I say. I'm like, yeah, you're a villain, dude. What the f is this? Why do I click on this dumb shit, dude? I swear to God. Who are these DEIs ruining everything guys gonna blame when Trump is president and liberal media stays the same? No, they're gonna run the same route. They're gonna left bash. I'm just letting you guys know. Because when the Democrats and Republicans align, they're just gonna keep yelling at the left. That's the only appropriate venue where everyone can unite, you know? What is this? There's a Chapo clip where they talk with Sam Cedar about what kind of right-wing grifters they would base their personalities around.
Right. And becoming a YouTuber. Because like, this is what we were thinking. If we did it, I'm convinced that we could have a huge percentage of their market share in about 3 to 4 months.
Just by being able to like talk to people.
If I could actually like just empty out on this table how much brain power and plotting I've spent contemplating that over the past 10 years.
Why would you put Destiny as a racist Twitch streamer? He's one of the most liberal Twitch streamers out there in 2017. God, I can't believe I went on Chapo. Not the last time, but the first time I ever went on Chapo, I defended Destiny. Oh my God. How embarrassing. Not gonna lie, you took the L on this? Yeah. Look at my goat. Look at how young he looked. Does this count as a fonk edit of you? Probably not. One fonk edit already? Thanks, man. Take a day off. I'm a real sucker for someone who presents themselves as like earnest and is like change their perspective. You know what I mean? That is my biggest weakness. When I got a dude who's like, you know what? Properties on the left are myself and Chapo Trap House. So what the f do you mean? It's very obvious that people still are like, no, we like to have fun. You can be a progressive person and you can be a leftist and still have fun. There's obviously always going to be a lot of smarmy people who are just like, who will come up with the most insane take. Laughter is bourgeois decadence. Okay? Laughter is bourgeois decadence. That always is my favorite one. But that's how it is. Oh, yeah. Matt Christman is one of the GOATs on talking about specifically disability, modern disability politics. This is going to disrupt and upset a lot of people. But, I mean, Matt ultimately says something that you will also probably recognize. But
modern disability politics, Matt. Wow. I'll end on that one. I won't say too much. I don't want to. I mean, anyone who listens to this understands. I'm not going to get canceled.
Even you can't resist punching left. This isn't punching left. Like, I will always ride for you no matter what the happens. I will always ride for you, okay? But, you know, I'm going to make fun of anarchists. I'm going to make fun of MLs that get out of line. I'm going to make fun of trots. It's just how it is, okay? Shut the up. But if you're a rad lib, I'm definitely going to make fun of you. All right?
I just don't want to insult people. But I do think that a lot of disability politics is people desperately seeking a subaltern status. And I say that as somebody who is, I'm sorry, way more disabled than many of the people who I see make it the fulcrum of their political identity. And, you know, like they pitch it as like, well, I have to be the defender, you know, because of how of the trauma that my life has been trying to be disabled in this country. It's like, not really. And you can't argue that you're part of a community because due to the incredible variety of what it counts to be disabled, I mean, my God, by certain definitions, you could say everybody is disabled in one way or another, that there is no community to speak for. I sure don't feel like I'm part of some community. And yeah, it's like, it does feel like it's an online phenomenon more than any expression of the real experience of people. Like, yeah, obviously, you know, capitalism is at war with anybody who is not able to fit as a cog within it. That's true. Yes, read Caliban the Witch and all that. But as with most things, the way to fight that is to fight capitalism. And trying to play gotcha with people for being discriminating against your disability of whichever one you have it's a recipe for the opposite of that.
He's just speaking to the unnecessary divisions that that go against intersectionality. Like, I would say that I'm a more libbed up than a lot of the Chapel Boys are on this issue, but like, ultimately everything still comes back to class violence, and that any matter of violence is still dished out on the virtue of class, and the ultimate solution is still to try and tackle capitalism rather than unnecessarily fighting with one another about not being sufficiently not getting caught in the fray of like boycotting Kellogg's is ableist ass discourse. Exactly. Or when you're advocating for people to work out, you're engaging in body fascism, right? And that's just one aspect. That's one simple aspect of how certain identity markers within the progressive movement have caused unnecessary tension and division within the progressive movement, where people will say, oh, well, we were all there. We were like, where were the Palestinian protesters at the Black Lives Matter protest? You know, that type of shit. And it's like, that one was obviously created. Okay. That one was obviously created by, an intelligence operative, I think. But people still do it to themselves, right? People still do it to themselves, and there's no reason to do that.
It's really just a way for you to be the center of attention and for you to have a cudgel against other people. And I feel like that is where we are now. Everyone is, and they're not doing it on purpose. There's nothing else to do. So focused on ourselves as the only point of meaning in the world that we're compelled to relate everything to ourselves.
Yeah.
And that makes all communication and interaction a minefield. But then again, maybe I'm just an Uncle Tom of disabled people. Maybe I'm the Candace Owen of disabled people.
So yeah, I think Americans are just very selfish. You know, the American consciousness is so primed towards hyper individualism where they just cannot even recognize the class interests of people who have the exact same material conditions as themselves. We're so atomized and we're so alienated and we're just so personally invested that a lot of people will go me, and people do that in here too. And I try to rail against that regularly, right? People will be like, I misunderstood what you said and it offended me personally. And now I need you to center this conversation that has taken place in front of 30,000 people on my own personal misunderstanding. And that's like an incredibly selfish act, right? That is an incredibly selfish act. But because we on the left always are sensitive to the needs, especially of those who use the right language, right? We notice that and we're like, let me squash that real quick. Let me address that real quick. Okay. And that's how it is. We routinely get duped. As long as someone comes in and uses emancipatory language, they can successfully demand attention and center themselves in the conversation as though we have to talk about you. And in most circumstances, your gripes just simply stem from a lack of understanding, like a misunderstanding. Dog, turn around. No, she can eat the toy. I know. She's eating the out of the toy. That's what she does, okay? Let the queen eat the toy, which is what D is doing with his war on Twitch. No. What Destiny's doing is purely selfish. He's just a madman. He is a troll. He's nihilistic. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. He doesn't care about any of the things that he advocates for. He just wants to aesthetically win an argument. Oh, and you aren't nihilistic? Bourgeoisie, noise-canceling propaganda? Oh, and you aren't nihilistic? I mean, if I was so nihilistic, I probably would have given up on what I'm doing here a long-ass fucking time ago. And I would have, pivoted to the right-wing grift. Apolitical, normie right. I'm nihilistic, but I don't push a gun to my mouth. What do you mean? I don't know what I'm doing right now, talking about this person. Anyway, that's all for today. No no chicken fry song. No chicken fry situation. I'm not covering that drama. Maybe tomorrow. All right. I'm tired. I'm gonna go hang out with my brother. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We have Rashida Tlaib on the stream tomorrow. We're going to talk about immigrants' rights and what to do next. Okay? That's right. Peace, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Nothing I do is performative. So I'm not going to, for instance, I'll use Hasan as an example. I'm not going to talk to a black person like Trihex and say, hey, the N-word, it's always What do you think, black people? What a liar, dude. What a Weasley little liar, dude. What a Weasley little liar, dude. Holy dude. Holy dude. Literally lying. Still lying to his audience. Can someone at least enlighten Destiny that he's literally lying to his audience? What a piece of dude. Holy America deserved 9/11, dude. I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them. We're not there doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
in a video
and
game,
equipping and enhancing their capabilities. So that's part of what we're doing. And the other part is just knowledge. We want to know what's happening.
Like we totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We did in a video game.
Amazing.